Big bounce back for Jack. Now, good. So I want to get into that, okay? What a difference tonight made. What a difference tonight made. And I'm glad you brought that up, Divas, okay? What a difference another day meant for Jack Campbell, right? Hey, Newfie Cobra just joined the big league. Thanks, man. Subscribed. All right, thanks, man. It's been awesome seeing you coming out a lot. And now you're going to look super sweet with a maple leaf beside your name there. All right? That's how you get those. So anyone else in the chat that's thinking about getting those nice maple leafs, all right, that's how you do it. Sub along, support the channel, support the growth, and you get the nice little maple leaf there. There's different colors, right? White, blue, and a gold one, right? So things are looking good in the chat there for you. Now, Newfie Cobra, yes, sir, he says. And yes, sir, for Jack Campbell tonight, right? Like, all right, Leslie. Jack Campbell absolutely, had a lot more success tonight. What a difference he made, right? Did he? Or did he just got hung out to dry a lot more yesterday? And I know a lot of people are going to disagree with me on this because they're seeing all these trends of Jack Campbell kind of slipping this month. I still argue that Toronto's defense has slacked in the past month. All right? All over as a team. Team defense has slacked over the past month. And I blame all the spaced out games. I believe that they did not have enough momentum carry through from game to game. Too much downtime. They're hockey players, not football players. It's a different sport. You know what I mean? They got to keep that momentum going for their bodies. Otherwise, you start to get stiff. You start to get sluggish. And I think that's what happened during all these road trip games that were plaguing them a little bit. You know what I mean? So now they're going to get back to a regular schedule. They're going to get some flow. They're going to get some momentum. And they're going to get some consistency back. That's what this team has been lacking. Not Jack Campbell's consistency. I think pretty much he's looked the same throughout the whole thing. What it comes down to tonight, right, is the Devils tonight had their shots go 9, 9, and 14 in the periods, right? First period, 9 shots only. Second period, 9 shots only. And finally, 14 in the third, right? Do you know what it was yesterday? Do you know what their shots were per period yesterday? 13, 14, and then finally 2 when the Leafs had their big comeback. All right, so no, this did not come down to Jack Campbell, I believe. To some extent, of course, I would say there's a little bit of improvement that he probably felt he had to make, and he probably responded. I'm not going to rule out that mental part of it, of him feeling like he let himself down, or he let the team down. I definitely think that is a part of what plagues a goalie at times. But the majority of what the cause of all this stress was not Jack Campbell, but the shots, man. The lack of defense. The lack of momentum from game to game. All right, 2 quick back-to-backs here like this, and they're looking smooth again. Right? They're looking smooth again. So, I'm sorry, man. I will blame a goalie. See, I know you're saying, Logan, never blame the goalie. I will blame a goalie. I'll do it. A goalie can ruin a game, man. That's how important the position is. That's not to disrespect the goalie. But, a bad goalie on a good team can lose them games single-handedly. Right? People in Edmonton are probably screaming at the screen right now, being like, I'm telling you the same thing over here. I don't know their situation specifically. I just know that's what I hear, right? But a bad goalie can just lose you games. Right, Leslie? She likes that Edmonton shot, I bet you. A bad goalie can lose you games, and a good goalie can steal you games. We saw that happen with Montreal against Toronto last year. I'm sorry, that's no disrespect to the Habs, but Carey Price priced his way into round 2. All right? And that's when the rest of the guys on the team started kicking in on Montreal there, right? But that first round against us, we got Carey Price, and that's respect. Hey, he's part of the team, you respect it. So a great goalie can steal you games. A bad goalie can lose you games. And there's nothing you can do about that as a team. Nothing. Right? So, that's why a lot of people like to go to goalies for blame and stuff. But most of the time, guys, it's bad teams in front of you or good teams in front of you. It's much easier to just play well as a team than relying on a goalie. It's just easier. It's just easier on everyone. Less stress goes around. You share responsibility. You share duties. I think the thing that drives me crazy about completely offensive-minded people is that a lot of them back in Little League sports were the ones always going, hey, pass it to me, pass it to me, pass it to me. But they would never fight for the puck, get it back themselves. You know what I mean? They would never hang back when other people were already in the offensive zone. These are guys that, like, when they were playing, it was all about me, let me score, because they truly felt like that was the only way they could win a game. They just knew they were good at scoring, so give me the puck, give me the puck. Dude, we could all be a lot better at scoring if you would sit back once in a while and let us get a chance, right? But they don't, and you need to in today's NHL. Everyone needs to be good at goal scoring, not great, but everyone needs to be good, all right? Great is obviously better. And you need to be great at stopping goals too. I'm done with this. I'm done with this attitude, right? It's ridiculous. Do you know how many other third and fourth liners can dangle through 3 or 4 people, right? But they don't ever get the opportunity because they're always being put into situations where they have to defend more. And that's fine. That's a role that they can play. But don't think they can't do it just because they don't. Right? I always make the joke when I'm playing the NHL games, right? I'm playing the, I'm Richie and I'm pulling a move around somebody and then roofing it. Or I'm Wayne Simmons and I do the one-touch deke and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And I always make the comment that don't for a second think that these guys can't do that in real life once or twice. You know what I mean? They can do it. It's just that they're not getting paid to do that. They're not getting paid to play that style. Right? And they certainly can't do it as consistently and as risk-free as guys like McDavid and stuff, right? So that's why McDavid and them get all the big money for that stuff. But you know what I mean? Like, I don't think much changed from tonight other than the Leafs locked it down. The Leafs locked it down. So, I mean, not much to talk about other than that. Hey there, Leslie, for me. And anyways, just that was the only change. They just played better defensively. And honestly, I'm getting real done with all the analytics stuff. I'm getting real done with it because I really, really thought, based on all the stuff that they had told me that I had learned from analytics people, I really thought there was going to be more support for Jack Campbell after last night's game. I really thought they'd be able to see beyond what all the naysayers and all the, you know what I mean, the layman's, honestly, that just watch it and go, we let in goals, so it's the goalie's fault. I really thought there was going to be a lot more insight to the game based on numbers and math and all the cool stuff that they've been preaching. And no, they still sewered Jack Campbell, sewered him after that last game. Then something's wrong with your formulas, all right? Or something's wrong with how you perceive your formulas. I equate it to this, okay? This is a little tidbit, and then I'm gonna get to the chat here, so don't go nowhere, all right? But this is my little theory of what's going on with analytics, okay? What they've done is they've described this. Oh, sorry, I'm getting too excited. What they've done is they have discovered gravity. But instead of understanding what gravity is, right, the concept of what it is, they found the math and it all works time and time again, proven. But they're calling it how high you can bounce, how bouncy you are. You know what I mean? So they've got the math to show you what's going on with gravity, but they in their brains do not equate it to a huge force pulling things in because of how big and heavy it is. They equate it to how light something is on the surface. You know what I mean? And every test they do shows that, like, oh, this works for all the different size people and this and that. You know what I mean? Until they finally got to another planet. You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden that goes right out the window. So what I think has happened is I think a lot of the analytic stuff is based on formulas that absolutely work. They're testable, proven formulas, right? That show results that you expect, predictable results, time and time again. But I just disagree on the definitions of what they all think that information means. I don't think it means what it says, and I'm here to prove it. Because I'm done. I don't know how anybody looking at numbers can say, especially that first goal last night against Jack Campbell, that first goal was his fault. That is a textbook dangerous shot amongst all those analytics guys. You're crossing the crease, you're firing it on the one-timer, goalie's got to make lateral movement. You know what I mean? They're moving forward too, they're not stationary. Like, it's got so many of the little check boxes that they love to quote. And yet still, it's his fault. Still, it's Campbell's fault somehow. So, someone's going to have to explain that to me with numbers, because I just don't get it. I don't get it, and I'm not sure I ever will. And you guys are showing soup cans in the chat there, because obviously, you know that Jack Campbell's really awesome, all right? And most of the stuff that happens against him is not his fault. I'm sorry. There are stuff that is, but most of his troubles throughout an entire season on this team right now are not his fault. So screw your numbers, all right? I'll use my own. That being said, I want to get into what you guys have to say tonight, okay? So again, thanks for the subs. Hey, Newfie and Leslie and everybody else who's got them out there, AKZ and everybody else. If you got the subs, thank you so much for that. You know what I mean? If you're subbed along with my YouTube channel as well, too, that's a free sub. I mean, no excuse not to go over there and tap that tap that little button and stuff, huh? It'll be fun. And Instagram and all that, thank you so much as well. You know, lots of love and support. And I'm already seeing some growth here in the last little bit. Something magical is happening. So let's keep it rolling. Let's keep it growing. Spam everybody you know with my links, whatever we got to do. All right. And we're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to have a lot of fun. All right. So yeah, I see some new names as well too in the chat. So let's get at this. Okay. Let's get at this.